My beautiful stars, reading time. We're going to start with tarot first. Normally when I get these, there's some stuff going on. So hopefully everyone is feeling good. Main collective. What's going on? You have a cosmic trigger here. Okay, we've got Wheel of Fortune in reverse, Hanged Man in reverse, New Moon, which was last night, or for some countries it will be tonight. Okay, whoa, all right. We've got Five of Pentacles. Why do I feel this is more collective's mindset, especially with this cosmic trigger here? I just feel this collective, you are extremely overwhelmed. You've got a cosmic trigger for a change in direction, which eclipses, new moons. It's definitely to release certain energies, but the main collective, you definitely have a main focus on things that feel very delayed and stuck. You could kind of feel this wheel is turning against you a little bit, especially with this Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles is a hard one. We face certain emotions of rejection, feeling a little bit alienated, a little bit of financial turbulence as well. It's kind of all areas in your life may feel, especially with this Hanged Man in reverse, I feel it's more you feel stuck in this emotion. You may not be physically going through any sudden energy of this. I think it's more the deep reflection, right? It's like you're stuck on this loop of feeling certain challenges, certain upheavals. There's a lot of karmic lessons being thrown your way right now. And again, whenever we have a cosmic trigger in our life, and this is really for the right collective, they're trying to ascend you from a thought pattern. And let's be real, when you're in a triggered state of emotion, if this is what's coming up over you, it would be really hard. It would be hard for self to try and get through it. And I always say the only way, unfortunately, we can release this stuff is to really go deep within and turn into inner reflection, to really understand how much it's overwhelming us and how much it's holding us back from the right direction in life, right? And I just feel this collective, maybe when it comes to unexpected disappointment, rejection, things happening that you didn't see coming, which, side note, I always say there's a lot of warning signs before sudden destruction, but sometimes we fail to trust in our intuition. If you are someone, when something comes over you and you don't have answers and there's nothing that can validate for you what's coming next, especially in the middle of this kind of energy, I think the anxiety and overwhelm that comes over you, you're probably someone that tends to fixate and tunnel vision on the pain, on the hurt, instead of, and it's hard. I always say in a triggered state, it's very different to when we're not triggered and our shadow self isn't up. But right now, clearly this collective, your shadow self's up and this is your focus. But I do say it's hard when our triggered state comes over. Those things that your higher self is trying to get you to heal is fixation, is tunnel vision. Unfortunately, when that worst comes over you, it's really hard for you to distract your mind, or it's hard for you to focus on self-care. It's hard for you to positively affirm through the pain. That's a tough one to get through. It's that doubt less, trust more, try not to study the cause of things that make you emotionally restless. Where I feel this collective, with something that makes you emotionally restless, it's hard for you to not study the cause. You're wanting to find the answers in the mind, but without you knowing. Like, look at the energy it's creating around you. You're clearly someone, when something feels stuck and there's no movement forward and something's feeling delayed, and no matter how much you think you're healing, you just feel like you're bound to this karmic wheel and it's constantly just lessons. I feel this collective, when you're not triggered, you're probably someone that may present quite optimistic, glass half full in life, but unfortunately when that shadow state comes over you, cosmos are trying to make you reflect on this, it can go completely the opposite, and you can start really falling into that doubt and that lack of trust, and not understanding that the reason this is happening is to create a turning point. We create a turning point through an upheaval. Upheavals are redirections in life. It really is to create forward movement, but I always say, and I'm saying this from a loving place, people crave change, but when the things come up that need to be changed, if we're letting the emotion swallow us whole instead of understanding, we have the power to create change, especially if it's something to do with, let it be financial ruin. And I know people are going to say it's a lot easier said than done, but just being very productive and proactive and making sure every day, if it's something financially that's burdening you, let it be applying for more jobs, expanding something in your business, and it may not fall into place suddenly, but if you're doing something about it every day, you're finally going to release that burden when something positive comes through. Let it be a breakup. Are we tunnel visioning over someone that has made us feel alienated, rejected, made us feel delayed, stuck in emotion? Why are we craving someone that's making you feel this way? This person just turning up, they're not going to take away how you're feeling. They've made you feel this way. There's no amount of words this person is going to say that's going to take away the pain of this, right? And I bring this up a lot in readings. I know heartbreak is one of the most painful things that we have to go through in this lifetime. Like true severe heartbreak, there's definitely a list of things that can really destroy a soul, but when it comes to the heart space, let it be heartbreak over a love, a family member, a loss of a child, a loss of a fur baby. What breaks our heart? I get it. It's very hard. That mourning, that grieving process is hard. But if we are craving someone that has made us feel like this, don't you think it would be easier to grieve and mourn the letting go instead of the craving to come back? They've done this to me. I need to accept it. I'm going to grieve and mourn the true loss of this person instead of sitting there pining. What if it's just this? What if they just need to heal? What if they're an avoidant? What if they're this? What if they're my soul connect? What if they're my twin flame? Like we talk about this daily. Whatever is meant to be in your life, there's no amount of stress and pain and overthinking and overwatching tarot, and that's not what's going to call them back. What's meant to be will not pass you by. And yes, some people have a powerful mind and can, watch certain things or do subliminals and do this, and they might pop back up again, but it's going to be dry, and then it's going to pop you back on the loop of this. It's going to pop you back on the loop of uncertainty, more karmic lessons, more pain. I always tell you guys, especially in the divine community, because I read so many of you guys, the last thing you want to do is pray for communication. It takes you 10 steps back. When it's time, the universe will release things. The only thing to do is focus on you and heal and ask yourself, why do you want something or a situation in life that constantly makes you feel like this? If you truly do believe you're on some divine journey, it's to find self, reconcile with self. So the more we go externally and keep focusing on things that bring up this just turbulence in your soul, you're prolonging your timeline, because you're null and voiding the whole purpose of this journey, to go within and understand why you can get stuck in this energy and still crave the things financially, physically, whatever it is that puts you into this state of being, right? Grieve the loss. Don't sit in the what if, because the what if creates that flood of fear. It creates the scarcity mindset. It creates the thinking, am I delusional thinking this? Why do I still this? When you're trying to hold on to what may be, instead of surrendering what may be and trust in soul alignment, trust in soul's path, right? Trust that your destiny was perfectly created for you. When you guys can really, really understand that, it is so easy, or so much easier, I will say, to trust the grieving process of true loss. To sit in the what if. This is what sets you guys up and down emotionally for such a long time. In moments of this is when you turn to up above, and you need to affirm in your mind, I'm not going to grieve the what if anymore, or when will it be, or when will this. I'm going to accept it, and I'm going to start making change. I'm going to choose to make the change. I don't want to feel like this anymore. So what steps do I need to take to not feel like this anymore, right? Healing is not just about healing trauma. It's understanding and appreciating happiness, finding gratitude, finding spark and joy. And when all we do is focus on this, of course it's going to feel like you're just stuck in karmic lessons. This journey is meant to teach you. It's not that life gets easier. It's that you get better. Every time you walk through a fire of emotion, you learn how to deal with it a bit better time after time. Small steps, big accomplishments. No matter if you have the best job, the most profound love, whatever it is, you're still going to have turbulence in those situations. It's learning how to deal with that turbulence and finding emotional center. And understanding what is up must go down, vice versa. Life is a roller coaster. It's never going to be perfect. It's never going to be perfect. You can see this cosmic trigger. Your biggest thing is when you focus on what's stuck, when you focus on what's not moving forward, when you focus on things just feeling like they're on pause, no progression. It just brings up a lot of heavy emotion here. But they're giving you this because they're wanting to give you a new cycle. I always say no one's the exception. Talk about the cake period all the time, right? You all go through a baking period. You come out for rest. Now your baking is your rebirths, your ascensions. Now when you come out for rest, because ascension periods, they make you focus on the things that are holding you back mentally so you can shift it, right? So once you've gone through an ascension, you're going to come out for rest, cooling period. Now this is when the lessons come in. Everything you were feeling about this and this, you're going to get tested with it. So they're going to start aligning more situations of impatience, things that are on hold, things that, and this is where I find a lot of you can get love tests. People can come in with the breadcrumbing, this and that. Have you learnt that this doesn't align with you? Why do you keep choosing to focus on something that holds you back and makes you feel like this, right? Now you guys constantly go through these loops of the bake and the rest. And I always say when rest period, you're starting to change your outlook and you're not moving the same. This is when you're getting those big fat green ticks and they're preparing you once you've cooled off for your toppings, right? They're not wanting to release toppings where just like every other cycle before you activated and started coming within, things come and go. They're wanting to create permanent fixtures. They're wanting to create things that have longevity in your life now, right? Because you've gone through enough. But unfortunately, when they make you feel the storm through baking period and then finally the triggered state goes down, as you're in rest, but everything you were feeling, even let's go back to finances. Are you an excessive spender? Do you have bad financial habits? There's something here with this collective for them to try and ascend you from it. There's something you can change here, right? But once the overwhelm goes away, are you putting energy in to create change through your rest period? Or are you just waiting, expecting the wheel to start turning in your favor and things are just going to fall in your lap, right? This is why I say this journey, we need that balance of spirituality, practicality. When you're just focusing on that feminine energy and I don't chase, I attract. You need that strength of that masculine behind you to achieve and accomplish, especially when it comes to financial structure, your abundant path, right? You need a balance with these things. But again, we're different when we're not in our triggered state to our emotional state. And this is why they activate triggered state, because they want you to see what still overwhelms you while you're baking, because they don't want it to be bound to your karmic wheel, your purple curtain anymore, right? So this collective, you're clearly going through some form of bake, some form of ascension right now, but it's all to change your direction. It's all to set new goals and intentions. They're trying to give you a brand new cycle. So just advice, and I know we're only in the first few cards, but once you come out and you're resting and your triggered state is gone, and ascensions will normally only last, let's say, 3 to 5 days, right? If it's progressively stuck in this energy, just maybe go see someone, right? You might... You want to make sure you're not getting into a depressive state, right? True ascension periods, this right collective, it clearly is just an ascension period, because this wouldn't be here, right? If you're watching this and this is day in, day out, you're feeling this, I would go speak to somebody, right? This collective, they want you this time to come out of this with a different outlook. They want you to start this collective. You clearly need to make some moves to change some things in your life, emotionally and even physically, right? But you have the power to do it. Otherwise, they wouldn't keep activating the same thing in you. Let this be the last rebirth ascension. You have to sit in this kind of pain. Make room for the next thing you need to ascend to, right? I always say I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, this energy. And like I said at the start, this is something that, for the right collective, it hasn't just suddenly happened. This is something that keeps coming up on your wheel and keeps coming up through ascension periods for you, because you're not dealing with it differently. Anybody that is guided, anybody that is connected, anybody that understands lessons and soul alignments and trigger, you are a very strong, capable soul. You can do anything you put your mind to. Your mind just needs to be directed in the right avenue. I say it all the time, you guys are forged through fire. It doesn't come easy. They do it because they know you have the capability of true greatness. 9 of Swords, you know what I say? This one, I've allocated as a little bit, and I don't want to say I think this is going to be triggering for the right collective. A little bit victim. We're choosing to hold on to the staleness. We're choosing to hold on and focus on those swords that do not serve us. And those swords are all past tense, right? Always say, when we realize this and those swords raise, brand new day. Psychological trauma, lost hope in love, dark thoughts, anxiety, fear, nightmares, insomnia. And I will say this, you're going through this with a very powerful cosmic alignment. I always say, you guys, what's happening universally, cosmically, you need to know this stuff as well, especially when emotion like this comes up. Do a bit of research. Understand your houses. Understand why this is being activated. It makes it easier to get through because you understand it's coming from up above. They're triggering it for a reason. This collective, your reason is this energy ain't meant to be coming with you into a new cycle. All right, wheel. Oh, this is heavy. So this is making you feel restless. It's making you lack your faith once again, and be honest with yourself. How many times have you questioned yourself? The lack of faith, the doubt less, trust more. As soon as you get triggered, your doubt overtakes you. And trusting in that beautiful universal flow of life, and understanding everything in our life, it's time to the millisecond to benefit us and our soul's path. But all of that beautiful belief you have when you're not triggered, as soon as the triggered state comes up, it goes out the window. And you start to feel a little bit restless, reckless, foolish. And the biggest thing is it's your impulse, wanting things to happen now. And this collective, you probably think you're ready for everything you're craving. I promise you you're not, because you haven't learnt that true reconciliation of self. So any topping they release for you right now, it's an expectation it's going to make you happy, that it's going to create some form of completion. So whatever that is that comes to your table topping-wise that doesn't make you happy, what are you going to be? Super critical, because you're expecting that external to put a smile on your face. This journey is to teach you, you put a smile on your face, right? You might say black and blue, I'll do this, I'll appreciate this, I won't be good, I won't be this. When you're triggered, different story. And you can see this collective, when you're triggered, you go straight for the worst in everything. 5 of Pentacles. Everything that's held back from you right now, and that's where I felt the biggest trigger point is. It's this. Everything that feels stuck. There's no belief in why it's stuck. Yeah, you're worried about what comes next. Future planning, decisions. If I feel like I'm hearing stuck in a rut. I feel this collective, you just feel like you're stuck in a rut. You're just going back and forth in your mind too much. Just a little bit of advice, and I said it before. This collective, the reason your grieving process, it's like we can't find soothing energy for you, is because you're so worried of what may be. Will this turn out like this? Will this person return? Will this happen? Will that happen? Grieve it as if you've lost it. Accept it, right? Because then what does turn up, it's a beautiful surprise anyway. And I think everyone deserves a beautiful surprise in life, multiple. Your issue is you're holding on to what may be and what may come in the future. But you've got no knowing of it. It's just what we're putting up here, right? So every time you get triggered, you would feel absolutely like rubbish, and you would definitely feel like you're being foolish, and it would feel like the pain just never ends. Crow. Don't focus on the future. Focus on the now. You know, this is something that I do. I've brought this up in a reading, a couple of readings actually. I'm someone, I wake up every day and I have my list to do every day, right? Just what I want to achieve that day. And every night, 10 to 15 minutes before bed, I go over my day and I ask myself, am I proud of myself? What could I have done better? Could I have spoken to that person better? What lesson did I learn there? Like, I just focus on my day at hand, right? And now, because it's become a habit, I want to feel proud before I close my eyes overnight. So I'm just so focusing on being the best version of myself every day, right? I feel for this collective, that might really work for you. And every day you're choosing you. You know, whatever you're writing on that day that you want to achieve on that day, ticking all of that off. As humans, we love to feel accomplished, right? After time, it just creates such a good habit for self and choosing self. So it's going to help you work on your self-appreciation, your self-love, because you're choosing you all day, every day, right? And as the weeks go on, maybe add a couple things to those lists, like whatever it is. Again, it works for me. I think it might be very beneficial. But 66 days to truly imprint a habit. They say 21 days to create one. I think it's about 66 days to truly imprint it. So it's going to take consistency. It's doing it every day, especially on those days you don't want to do it. Focus on the now. Stop wishing away your present. That's why you feel stuck, because you're so focused on what may come. You're just doing the same thing day in, day out, because you're focusing on the future, which means, I always say, people that are so stressed about the future are still bound to the past. Past hurts. So when we're bound to the past, especially the hurt, what are we going to recreate in cycles? The past. So important people focus on the now, because I promise you, focus day to day, you're not going to feel stuck anymore, because you're going to be putting the right things on those lists to start creating the change that you need. This cosmic trigger. I don't even want to read it. Okay. It just really confirms, I'm trying to be very gentle, because being in an emotion like this, sometimes the last thing you want to hear is someone, blah, blah, blah. So maybe save it. If you know it's resonating with you, but it's triggering you and you can't watch it, maybe save it, right? But remember what I said just at the start. I said, why do people crave someone that makes them feel this way? This right collective, the cosmos are literally activating your resentment and anger. So when it does come to someone, right, personally, you see them as vain, conceited, self-centered, and narcissist. You see them as a failure. You see them as being a follower. You see them as fully stuck in their ego. But yet look at how you view that one person. But look at, right, so you might think you're angry. You might be trying to be angry. But they're so a part of you. And I guarantee, why is it delayed? Why is it this? Why is it like, I feel that's something that you feel is stuck and that you're wanting. But when you get triggered because you haven't had, unfortunately, the movement you've been craving, it goes straight to this, how bad they are. That's not good. Because again, this poor collective, that's what you're craving back in your life. But this is how you're painting them subconsciously. So this has become a habit now. So let's just say this is one of your toppings and they knock at your door and they give you all of these words. When you're not triggered, you might feel, oh, I'm validated. But as soon as you're triggered by this person, because you're seeing them as completing you and making you happy again, watch the whole thing. This trigger's going to come up. You don't listen to me, you're self-centered, you've got these traits, you're going to be a critical mess, because now you're programming your brain for someone you're craving in this lens. A terrible lens at that. And this being a follower, maybe you also think this person's easily impressionable. So you guys have some form of disagreement. You'll take the accountability away from you and think, oh, they're just listening to people. They have this view because of instead of even reflecting on why you guys can butt heads, right? We call people in for a reason. Now, if you're really seeing someone that you want back in your life like this, what are they reflecting to you? What are they reflecting to you? Do you think it's your ego and your pride that's been bruised? Are you being a follower in some form of sense? Have you just put a label on it? Or is it what society has programmed you to believe? That what's successful is to be married, have children, have this, have that. Like I always say, you may not shine the exact same traits, but there's, even if it's 1%, you're embodying it. Are you just being a follower because you're hearing that people say narcissists are like this, and or a fearful avoidant or this or that? Are you listening to other people more than your inner soul? Are you being a little bit self-centered here? When it comes to, and you'd see this in challenges and conflicts with others. When you're hurt, like when you're triggered, not when you're just having a little, like when you're triggered, and someone's really upset you, do you have compromise? Do you listen to their perception and truth, or do you stay firm in your truth? Like, there's a reason for the right collective. This is what the universe is trying to get you to see. I always say they can't put a piece of paper. They make you feel through emotion. They make you see through memory, through archiving. So you can start seeing it differently. But when we constantly point the finger out and blame everybody else for why our life is a certain way, we miss the lesson. This is why I say triggers should never be avoided or ignored. They should be reflected on. Where people, when they're in a triggered state, they can't see anything but their emotion and how it's making them feel. This collective, you're stronger than that. Otherwise you wouldn't be finding this. But I promise you, of course this is going to be on hold. Look at how you've now programmed your brain to think about this person. It would never make you happy. You may think it will be, if they just turn, no, because you've got this suppressed resentment now. Because you've refused to let go. For you to have this view, you've endured it. You've accepted it. You've allowed it time and time again. It's the only reason you'd have this view, because you've had to face this reflection of this person. Why'd you excuse it in the first place? Because you're probably a broken mirror. You probably hadn't reconciled your inner soul. Probably walk through love and life with your traumatized state, attracting in all the people that were meant to make you become whole by seeing what doesn't align with you. But when we see what doesn't align with us, but we keep excusing it, we build nothing but anger and pain towards external people, when it's always our choice to allow it to happen to us. You want change, create change. Stop aligning with and people that put you in this kind of energy, and situations, jobs. Say this about our pinnacle path all the time. People don't understand how important it is to follow your dharma. That is where you find fulfillment. If you're waking up every day, or you know you're underpaid, you're undervalued, I've got to go to work, or you're constantly taking sick day, it's just a chore. It's your higher self saying, what are you doing? You're destroying yourself bit by bit. And this collective, there's clearly even financial burdens and stresses. So whatever you're doing, we said it before, you may not get that change overnight, but add that on your list. Start looking for a new job every day, or if it is your birthright, or whatever it is, you've got a side hustle, start putting more time into it. Whatever it is, this collective, you've got the power to change it, because they're trying to show you this, right? This isn't a collective that, I'm not silly. I don't need people saying, I'm a single mom, or I'm a carer, or it's not your collective. This collective, you have the power to do this. That's why they keep repeating it in your cycle, right? You're choosing not to. This is tough. So right now, I don't even want to go external. I'm going to go internal. Overly emotional, you're manipulating your thought pattern. I'm not going to say you're manipulative. I think it's your thought pattern. Moody, repressed, withdrawn, focusing on your feelings. And we said that before. And I think that would have been tough for this collective to hear. I don't think you're the most self-aware about that. And it's probably because you are so giving and you put up with so much shit. And that's why when you're triggered, you just want to be heard. But then it presents you to be self-focused, right? But if you weren't so self-sacrificing and so enduring for the people that weren't meant to be this way, when you were triggered, you wouldn't be so feet in the cement. So, kind of listen to me, right? Emotionally unavailable, but you think you are emotional. And I said it before, anything like... External toppings aren't going to make you happy. And if we take it to this person, look at how you're seeing them. Ask, see the reflection. Instead of blaming, go within. Why do I want these things in my life still? This is a tough one to be going through, but again, blessing in disguise. And again, shows how strong you are. They're aligning it with one of the most powerful cycles. Don't bring it into the next one. Okay. I quickly just want to see why they're clearly trying to make room for some. Actually, I want to get an animal card. I think you're being way too, like I said before, when you're not triggered, I just think you're a completely different version. This moss grass is always greener on the other side. Nothing's ever enough. So right now, remember I said healing is not just to heal trauma, but to appreciate happiness and appreciate those little things that do come into our life. But because this collective, you focus so much on what's coming next instead of just living in the now, day by day. Life isn't just gonna all fall into place. That's not how it works. Even if there are some things that magically just fall into place, without really getting through this, why this comes up over you, those things that just fall into place, they're gonna have friction. They're gonna have burdens. Life doesn't get easier. We get better. If you spot this within you, that there's always something better out there, right? You'll never appreciate that 10 of Cups energy when it arrives. I promise you. So Dharma, they are saying there's something about your Dharma you really need to start following, because it creates a tapestry of magic for you all around you. You weave magic. When you're doing what fulfills your soul, when you're walking in your blueprint, you create magic. But when you're trying to push and want more, it reminds me of someone. It's like you've broken free from the 85%. You're sitting in that 5%, but your belief system, what they're trying to show you with the surrender, the patience, it's like you come in and out, one step in, one step out, one step in, one. You're still bound to what society would deem you to be as successful, financially, in the love, all of it, because that's where the fear comes. Oh, but I don't have this, or I don't have, like that. It just defeats this journey. True awakening to this world, it's nothing about gain, and I tell you this with signs. When you guys think all your signs are to win the lottery or your person returning for reconciliation, you're not seeing your signs properly. This whole journey is to teach you, you are all you need. You're all you need. Your sovereignty. Reconciliation signs, reconcile within. Lotto, do you not think your activation of seeing this world 5%, that's your lotto? Do you not think your lotto is your Dharma? Because it's what's going to set you free. It's what's connecting you to your abundant timeline. Or think you're the one, Jesus, God, Creator, because you are sovereignty. You are all one. Our Creator runs through you. You create your reality with what you focus on. It's like you're so powerful, but you're still so bound to the what if. This is a lesson they're trying to teach you through your soul's awakening and activation. Let go of the what if. Focus on true union energy within, because you're projecting out separation energy. So that's what you're going to keep calling in. Magician's mind. You're a crow. You have powerful 4D mind, and this is what gets you trapped, because you've seen so much of what may be, but you haven't seen your timeline, but you haven't just believed in it and thought, well, I'm going to focus on myself, my dharma, till it gets here. Or if it even gets here, even surrendering the 4D mind. You've got to get to a point where you even understand, if it doesn't come, oh well, I'm happy with me. You've got magic that runs through your veins. Look at this. You'd have such a powerful mind. What you focus on is so important. I always say it's hard with having powerful intuition and sight. It can be a double-ended sword, because your gifts aren't for you, they're for the world around you. And when you're constantly getting affirmed of things coming to fruition for those around you, when it comes to you, it can just set so much uncertainty and what if and rah. This is why I tell you guys, don't use your gifts for self. Read your card. Don't do that stuff. Your pride will always get in the way. Your ego. It's the reason I'm saying this for this collective. This one card is what's setting you awry right now. Embrace what you have, because not many people have this gift. You got 2 cards here about your Dharma. So there is something right now when it comes to your path, that 5 of Pentacles. Your blueprint is what heals you. This needs more focus for the right collective. For the right collective, especially in your times of what you're going through right now. Or if you are solidified in your path, why? Why aren't you trusting? If you are connected to your abundance, ask yourself, why isn't it enough? 5 of Pentacles. Why do you keep wanting more? Society's expectation. Or if that is, like I said, I just feel a mindset. If it's a fear that keeps coming over you, that everything that you are working for is just going to be lost. Is this a pattern? Is this a trauma thing for you? When things are going good, they're lost, so it creates fear, right? The abandonment, which is showing you still haven't healed that. You haven't learnt to appreciate happiness and what you deserve. Is this too good to be true? How long is this going to last? How long is it? That is a trauma in yourself, because you've gone through a lot of loss. Sad, but it's showing you emotion outside of the box. This needs to still be focused on in healing, because if you've got abandonment trauma still, fear of loss of all these things, what's going to affect relationships? Especially, and I will say, I've allocated this cosmic egg and swan in my divine cards. If abandonment, codependence was something that caused destruction in the past, has that been healed? Or do you just think it's healed because you've been on a path of isolation, spiritual bubble, and you just don't have many tests around you right now? A lot of you guys, you just end up being this hermit and you think you're completely healed, but you're not getting the lessons to show you. Maybe you're not. So they give you the cosmic trigger to drag up all the emotion, because you have to go through your rebirths and ascensions. And this collective, if that 5 of Pentacles is more coming from a place of fear, because you are clearly connected to your path. This collective, I'm wanting to see how your energy is reading. You're connected. So again, it's either that it's not enough and you're wanting more. So external attachment, thinking it's going to make you happy. Or again, it's fear-based, because things are feeling like you're stuck in a rut a little bit. Unicorn energy, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there, right? That was a big part in the tarot. It's the things you can't see, the things that aren't tangible, that make you restless and overwhelmed. So focusing on future decisions, we're not living in the now. So you do still have a little bit of a reactive soul as well. I have to say it. You could be, and I was feeling it. That, like I said, this might be a bit triggering for this collective. The thing, and I don't know if I maybe don't explain this right. I bring it up a lot, but I feel, because it continuously comes up, I just, maybe I'm not explaining it right. And this collective, when you are not like, you would shine so bright. I'm not saying all the little things that we're talking about, this isn't you every day, right? This is when the shadow self comes over you. This is how you can get, right? So when I was bringing up this part, and I said that in arguments you can be a little bit self-focused, right? I don't think you realize that about yourself, because it's not you all the time, and maybe you don't get triggered a lot, but it's when someone finally comes to the table, let it be a family member, let it be a telemarketer, a complete stranger, let it be a love situation. Once they finally push that button, you've got this. You can be argumentative and combative, because it's hard for you to see and listen to the other when you're actually triggered, right? I just want to make it clear, because when I say these things, people are like, I'm not like that, I'm not. And you're right, you wouldn't be like that when you're not triggered. There's a difference when you're coming into a challenge with someone, right? And you're trying to listen, because you're not triggered. This is shadow self that comes up, which shadow self doesn't come up much. It's when that scar is finally, and then the armor comes up to protect it. But your armor, part of your armor, and the reason you can get argumentative and combative, because the universe, higher self, is trying to teach you to not endure through people's shit so much. Those moments that you're enduring and trying to find compromise and this and that, they're the moments that you are probably, unfortunately, putting someone else's needs and wants above yourself, right? Continuously trying to understand someone that's misaligned to you. So when you finally have enough, probably the 10th time, you're like, no, just listen to me, right? Do you know what the right collective, you'll know what I'm trying to say. These little points we're bringing up, this isn't you all the time. It's when your shadow self takes over you. And this is what they don't want you to bring into your next cycle. Your biggest things is trusting in the power of you, not trying to rush the process, not giving into fear and scarcity. There is something here with fear of loss that can still really activate your soul. When you don't know what's coming next, and it's tied to finances and tied to the heart space, this can, when you're triggered, right? And this trigger for this collective, it's come from up above. So it's probably not even been activated by a family member, a friend, a loss of job. They're trying to show you, when your mind's in havoc and fixation, how you can still look at things, right? And you can see it with when you're getting triggered by this person connected to your heart space. You're seeing them as a narcissist, vain, self-centered, stuck in their ego, overly emotional, moody, repressed, only focusing on their own feelings. And this is just what's stirring up internally for you. So again, even if you're not having an argument with someone right now, internally you are. Internally, you're so solidified in your perception of this person, your truth. But the thing is, your truth has now been created with what you've kept enduring and excused. And now that you're triggered, it's the worst that's coming over your mind. Hopefully this is making sense. Whereas if you can, like we said at the start, instead of grieving and mourning every day of what may be and when they'll come back, grieve and mourn the loss. Say goodbye internally. Say goodbye internally. Let it go. And every time the what if comes over you, no, I've let this go. I deserve better. Why do I want that? Why do I want someone that I now view as this? What was the karmic lesson I needed to be taught through this? Even if you think you're divines, karmics and divines can actually even get very mixed up in birth charts, because they're all overlap timelines, lifetimes you've spent together. Twin flames actually bring more karmic lessons than karmics. They're meant to make you find your mirror. So until you find those karmic lessons, the things that amplify your triggers to the utmost, stop ignoring them. You're going nowhere, right? What are my lessons? What is meant to bring me into wholeness with this? And for this collective, fear of loss, abandonment is something that I will say, especially when it comes to people you're welcoming into your life, that takes a very strong understanding, someone that's really connected to their divine feminine and masculine energy within, to understand and nurture. That fear in relationships, no matter how much you heal, you need someone that understands this quality and nurtures it within you, not accelerates it. And especially in moments of challenge and conflict, they prove loyalty and dependability, reliability, that they're not just going to go for the door. They're not going to leave certain things unanswered. Like, you need to really build that trust when it comes to choosing a partner. No matter how much you're healing, that is a really hard trauma to get through. Now, if you don't really believe in the power of what is removed in your life is all for a reason, and forward movement, and you haven't learnt the true surrender to all of that stuff, unless you have somebody very, very supportive, very nurturing, very understanding, you've got to learn when to remove sooner rather than later, and not endure through all of the red flags that show you this person cannot nurture this in you. Because otherwise, in relationships, when that trigger point does get pushed, this will forever come out of you. This collective, when it comes to the true belief in understanding that everything that's happening in your life that feels like that wheel in reverse, the hanged man in reverse, the 5 of Pentacles, is to grow and reconcile you within and understand you are what's going to make you happy. You is what is going to carry you through life. And people with abandonment trauma, you are shown this time and time again, because your whole life you're experiencing loss, but you always get yourself out of it, right? When it comes to that, we still don't have complete strength in. So wanting a partner right now, especially the way you're viewing someone you're craving, it's not going to work for you. It's going to take you 10 steps back. And I know this is hard to hear, but this is why you need to just grieve the loss of it. Because I promise this collective, what is sending you in an upheaval is truly believing that this person's going to come back, and them coming back, you're going to be happy again. You're not. You don't trust them. And like I said, for this collective, what I can see is your biggest point of this, you would be delaying the inevitable. You have to learn this about yourself. You have to accept it about yourself. This is why I tell you guys, this whole, the spark, the magnetic pull, you're being driven by the lust of somebody, right? People need to understand themselves at a deep level, especially on a healing journey. What you are craving right now is misaligned to where you are on your path. Because the two things that you need to soothe this in you, we're not completely there yet. So this is why you need to trust the universe. They've got you on hold because they're not trying to make your trauma worse. They're trying to get you to heal. And this is why when people activate those 2-year karmic cycles the population's bound to, yours all get melded up. You can feel like you're on the same wheel for 4, 5, even 10 years. You guys feel stuck and there's no forward direction. It's just eat, sleep, repeat every day, because you've at least taken the steps to start clearing that karmic debris. You're taking the steps to come within. You're taking the steps to become the best version of yourself. So they're not giving you the external upheavals and this and that's all internally. I always say those 2-year karmic cycles, people get their blessings, halfway through they start to lose their blessings, and the cycles get harder and harder. With the greater achievements, the greater gains, come the far greater losses. Where you guys, like I said, it just kind of gets melded because you're being protected. But you guys feeling that stuck energy, that things that are delayed, you don't think you're being protected. You think, what is this all for? To protect you. Remember, they read energy. It's your color. Those things always get released when you're ready. But when you're actually ready is when you've released the expectation of it. But this collective, you still have this that's activated in you, and you still have this that's activated in you. You may believe that you love whoever this person is wholeheartedly. It's your trauma. It's your trauma. Because the more they don't see you, the more emotionally unavailable, the more it's your higher self trying to show you. You still crave what creates pain and loss. Let this be the cycle. You understand this. I always say this. Choosing yourself, it's not easy, but it's not meant to feel like, oh, I've let you go, woohoo. You're meant to feel the pain of it, but you're choosing you. Just how we said with that list, do you every day. You're constantly choosing you. Doesn't mean the emotion's not going to feel, but you've made the right decision for yourself instead of always making the right decision for others, right? Look at you when you're not triggered. Look at you. You're magical. Don't let this overtake you. Understand true alignment, right? And stop being afraid of what comes next. Believe in that unicorn energy. It'll take away the doubt. You are proof in the pudding. Look at who you are. You're highly connected. You don't need proof of external to show you that your guides, ancestors, our creator are real. Look at who you've become because of your soul's activation. Small steps, big accomplishments. And again, toughest spiritual lesson, patience. Golden egg. And this is what, and the otter. And I really need to, like, I know I'm going in, but I'm telling you, I feel it with this collective. You are just, when you don't have this shadow self come over you, which would be very rare right now, it's being cosmically activated. You present as my little Buddha. Balanced in happiness and optimism and everything I'm saying. I say this all the time. I would not be saying these words if this collective didn't know it. As a reader, I'm not here to tell you how to feel. I'm here to confirm it. They're all little seeds that you know. They're things, when you do come out of your triggered state, you would reflect. You would reflect and understand this, right? There's just little things I'm clearly being, and I always say it's your spirit team that comes through us, right? It's just little tweaks to make you see something outside of the box right now. That's all it is. This collective, like, look at you. You would be a happy little Vegemite. You know, I did a reading yesterday and I was talking about that underworld energy. I think this collective, and again, it goes back to people when I talk about triggered state, like, and I'm talking true triggered state. This collective, you'd get little triggers. Like, you know how I was saying before, when someone comes with a challenge and you endure through it, which you probably shouldn't in that moment, you're not really triggered then. So I think you get like semi-triggers, right? That underworld semi comes in and you try to just find happiness and optimism, but you're not dealing with it in that little moment. That little moment that comes up, you shouldn't repress it. You should face it. Well, why is this coming over me? Instead of trying to repress it when the little trigger comes up, don't. Because then when you're actually getting, especially cosmically, whoa, it can't be avoided, right? It's all the repressed emotion, repression to a state of explosion, right? Talk about the kettle, constant simmer. Every time it semi comes up, trying to, no, happy. And then when it finally gets activated, if it's not cosmic through actual somebody, right? Steaming. And then you'd be so hard on yourself. You think you're taking 10 steps back and blah, blah, blah. Every time a little trigger comes over, the negative talk about this person or negative feeling about income or whatever, then sit, reflect, write. I always say a journal is your best friend when you're healing. You write things, even in the moment you're writing your emotion, you may not understand it, but come back to it a day or two later and you find the lesson in what you were feeling, right? Write everything down, date, time it, even gut instinct, intuition. You speak to someone, what you feel, date, time, before the overthinking comes over. I always say a journal is your best friend. This. And remember what we said at the start. You're about to come out of this cosmic trigger. But this time, instead of just thinking, oh, thank God that's done, and coming into your balance, reflect, make the change that needs to be changed, right? Like we said at the beginning. So next time you ascend, this doesn't come in again. And right now, coming out of ascension, they're going to do the little trigger points to see, have you learned? Have you learned? Look at you. True star. And the divine feminine, this and the lunar tiger at the bottom. It's so gentle. So you deserve gentle, nurturing people around you too. Be very selective of who you allow at your table. Do they add to your stillness or do they remove your stillness? It's your choice who you allow in. Remember that. Do you choose peace or do you choose chaos? Do you choose center or do you choose ignition? Remember, you are the creator of your life. You. Our decisions are important. Okay. I just want to get a couple of these because I feel this is preparing you for something. Gaslighted, closure, energy vampire, broken promises. Okay, false alarm. Okay, I was feeling that Five of Pentacles. I was feeling this was an emotion that was stirring up, but remember I said this is when the tests come. So if you have not just gone through something, you feel like you were gaslighted, another promise had been broken, you maybe had an expectation, it came in, it went down the wazoo, right? You didn't create the closure and let this go and surrender to the what if. This I feel you're going through right now. But I do think this could be coming too. If you have not just gone through this, you're being prepared to go through this. So straight off the bat, you've got to remember how you're viewing this person, right? And you're powerful. So we call in what we put out, and it's like your crow's energy. It's like you can feel what's on its way, right? So don't you think what they're preparing you for, remember cosmic trigger, to break a cycle, to do this differently, to not get bamboozled, especially by your own emotion. Let go. End this chapter. Have the emotional release. Finally be free. Disappointment from expectations. Prepare. Failed commitments. Lost trust. These words meant nothing. It's not a false alarm, because the alarm bell's coming towards you right now. And I see this all the time. You guys find strength when you're watching a reading, or you find strength in the stillness and silence, or when you're not triggered. But when they pop in and shadow self, fear of loss, abandonment comes up, you eventually fall short exactly what you've fallen short to. You might find strength in a day or two to put yourself first, but then you start to crumble, especially if you just choose silence. I find you guys, even just to choose silence, you guys can have a complete havoc. It's like you have to get something out. You have to say something, right? Even if it's letting go, let go within. You don't need to tell this person you've let go. Like, whatever's coming here, hear the alarm bell. Hear the alarm bell. Because this, they're going to show you straight away how it makes you feel energetically. Your body's probably already reacting. If this is truly a soul connection of some sort, even if it's just karmic, your body. Sore stomach, headaches, breakouts. I find sore shoulders can be another sign. Lower back, joint issues, inflammation. It's like your body, right? Palpitating heart. Your body reads the energy before it even enters. And then when it enters, it's on high acceleration. Your heart's pumping, you feel breathless. This collective, your energy's already being affected. So can see it with your overthinking right now. No bigger sign than your body's emotion. Cosmic triggers prove this. Don't focus on the what if. Focus on how you're feeling in the present. Close this door. Because if there is any chance this is something that is meant to be in your life, you've got a long way to go. Because I promise you, how you now view this person internally, it would never work with who you are trying to become and the emotion you're trying to center. That person needs to prove that to you, and it takes a long time to build trust. Consistency, dependability, loyalty, that needs to be proved to you now. That takes time. That takes a lot of time. So you need to understand, you closing this door, it ain't just going to turn around and this person, them coming in a couple times, is going to make you, this is going to take a lot of time to build that back. Grieve the loss. Don't focus on the what if. I'm letting you go. I'm choosing me. I'm choosing my golden egg. I ain't choosing my fire ant for you no more. Right? Prepare. Well, we know this. You're already feeling it, but you're going to feel even more triggered. So you've already got the pent-up kettle. This collective, you're already steaming just from the cosmic trigger. So imagine what the physical trigger's going to do. Emotional reaction. That's why I don't think you don't need to tell this person, I'm letting you go. You don't need to. You don't need to. They've taken enough from you. Facing past hurts. Why does this bother me so much? You will get to a point, and them being unbothered, it makes you think that they're a narcissist, that they're self-focused, that they're this, they're that. They're clearly not that unbothered if they keep popping back in, but they show you their mask where you're someone that's clearly, you wear your emotion on your sleeve. I think this is what triggers you, them being unbothered through all the pain that they've caused, because you think the words of them finally validating what they've done to you is going to take away how you perceive them now. It ain't. It ain't. I promise you. Left on red, and that's probably what will happen. I promise you right now. You think that you need to explain yourself, they'll leave you on red. Or they'll block you, or they'll ghost you, because this isn't what the lesson's meant to be. The lesson is meant to be you, right? You choosing you. You letting go by choosing you. You don't need to exchange those words to someone that's presenting unbothered, to someone that doesn't understand your triggers, to someone that makes you feel gaslighted, to someone that constantly breaks their promise, to somebody that sucks your energy dry. Don't you think you would have been left on red before? Why do that again? To put yourself back in that situation again, right? To activate your abandonment trauma once again. Why not just close the door? You don't need to know what this person needs to say, because that's where you guys fall short. It's like you just want to hear. It's not this collective. Just hear the alarm. Hear the alarm. Whenever we're going through anything pivotal like what you're going through, it is for a reason. I promise you. And you've got a big reason. Big life lesson. They're going to be hiding behind a mask, and you're a crow. So this is probably why you feel so energetically invested, because you can feel their emotion, but they mask it, right? But that's their issue. Even if they feel it within, the way they walk through life, it doesn't align with who you are and what you're trying to heal. They could love you to the depth of their soul. They clearly don't know how to love. You are holding on to 4D potential, but you can feel how they truly feel about you. You can feel it if you know it or not, but they don't align with you. I always say, love's not enough. And when someone loves someone and they can treat them like this and constantly play with their energy, that is not a person. Someone like you, self-sacrifice, all of those cards, that is not a person you should have aligned with you. Because look at through your endurance now, how tarnished you are within, right? Perception-wise. They're always going to activate that fire ant. And then you, empath, guilt-ridden soul, you feel like shit. Don't let them do it to you. Be the attention that you give them. You stroke their ego because you accept their rubbish. You accept their mind games. It's time. Inner toughness. Endure through this hardship. Grieve the right thing. Strength through adversity. Nothing can break you. Nothing can break you. Look what you've been through. Again, people that struggle with abandonment, you have faced that much loss. You should. And I always say walking through the fire starts to teach us that ain't a scary emotion. You should nearly be at the point where you understand abandonment isn't that bad. Look at who I am. Right? To have abandonment trauma, this has started from a very young age. And look at who you are. It's never broken you. Only into more self-discovery. That's not breaking, that's finding, right? Remember, don't let this little grub take away your strength and your self-confidence. Boss, you're a boss. All right, I quickly just want to get you. Where's this? We're going to get you a beautiful life lesson, and then we're going to get you tarot. Changes everything. So what you're about to do, change something big. A gentle light radiates from your heart, transforming every situation and encounter. You choose to maintain positive, regardless challenges, knowing that joy flows from within, not externally. When touched by the divine light, everything around you is transformed. That's exactly what they're doing for you right now through this cosmic trigger. They're touching you with their divine light. Your joy starts with you. So start choosing happiness. This will change everything. Don't bring this into your new cycle. I feel you're like literally, this really could be the chapter, which means you've walked through this so many times. They're saying this could literally end this cycle out for you finally. Like, be excited about that. Be excited about that. Imagine never having to deal with the extreme intensity of what you're feeling like right now. Yes, it may come over you, but not like this. They're literally saying this could be the cycle. All of that tarot emotion that you feel, this dread, right? By choosing empowerment, again, life doesn't get easier. We get better. We learn how to handle it. Next time, you're going to handle it like a pro. You might feel it, but you're going to choose you. And every time something like this happens, constantly choosing you now, instead of enduring it, no matter how much you're enticed to it, the strength. You'll never excuse it again. You'll feel moments of discomfort, but you'll continuously choose you. Do it. Choose self. Master of your life. You create your life. Truth. You align yourself with the divine within. Surrendering your ego, and that would have triggered this collective when I said that, to your inner truth. By following this guidance, you become the master of your life, living with humility and grace and love, honoring the glory of God, of Creator. You know, I say this all the time. It baffles me. I find there's so much beauty in all religions. There's little leaves of mastery in all, but and this is just a universal truth of mine. Through religion, it's really taught segregation, right? I think it's really implemented a lot of judgment, where spirituality is about uniting. It's to unite us all. But the one thing spiritualists really lack, that people on their path of religion, whatever it may be, the devotion. Where spiritualists should thrive in that, because you feel the magic of that unicorn energy every day. You see through signs, synchronicity, whatever it is, you guys feel the power of Creator every day. You're walking magical beings. But when it comes to true devotion, us spiritualists, we're nowhere near the religious community. They devote everything. The missionaries give up their life. Like, it baffles me. And it's devoting and understanding. You are our Creator. By choosing you, you choose Creator, God, whoever it is. You're proving your devotion. Look at the blessing they've given you. The miracle they've given you to find self, to find center, to find your blueprint. They've given you the blessing to not be conformed to this condemnment anymore. They've given you the blessing, the calling of coming home. This path is to get us home, right? But yet we can't. And imagine how many lifetimes they've waited and for you to understand your calling. And we can't give them patience and pure devotion. Devote. Surrender your story. You're a master of your life. Because that stardust runs through your veins. Remember the power of you. Your inner temple. Choose your golden egg. Not the fire ant. You connect with your true self in sacred silence, finding peace in the inner temple of your soul. Here you reflect on life lessons, restoring your tranquility and trusting in the universe. bathed in this divine light, you embrace the value of every step of your journey. Every step is perfectly designed for your soul's path. You said it before. Choose your temple. Don't choose the chaos anymore. One more. Two more. Together in the light, you and up above, you give thanks for everyone who enters life, recognizing that you are all exactly where you need to be. Each person contributes to your growth. Thank this person for teaching you you're unbreakable and how to choose yourself. Because of this person's made you connect to your inner temple. Release them. They've served their purpose. You've learnt that lesson. Stop repeating the lesson of pain. You've walked through the fire enough. Close it out. They don't need to give you another lesson of hurting you, of gaslighting you, of sucking your energy dry. Break it out, otherwise it's going to keep repeating. Close it out. Never let it happen again. And every interaction is a gift to help you overcome your inner conflicts. This is how we let go of resentment and bad perception, how you're viewing this person, by understanding you're a lesson to break me. And I've chosen to walk through this fire enough. Thank you. Thank you for this. You're turning me into a master. You've made me find my golden wings. I've learned everything I need to learn from you. By focusing on your own development rather than someone else's faults, you align with the divine. Truth sums up the lesson from this person and this reading. All of these cards. These cards are magical. They're actually called the life lesson cards. I couldn't recommend them enough. The inner alchemist. And throughout the storms, you wouldn't transmute. We transmute through this stuff. You're an alchemist. You're an alchemist. That crow, right? The spider, the golden egg, like you feel it, but you overcome it, right? Remember, you're unbreakable. Don't let this person be the person that continuously breaks you, right? They've broken you enough. You're choosing to keep walking through the same fire because you're not choosing self. You're not choosing your inner temple. Like an alchemist, you hold the power to create a life of joy and harmony. That other thing, day by day, 66 days minimum. Through positive thoughts, words, and actions, you manifest through your own light. Your own light. You understand that by using the inner magic of intention, you can transform yourself as an alchemist turns lead into gold. Truth. You create happiness within by choosing your golden egg and what aligns with you. You've got this. You've got this. All right, I'm getting tarot, but you can see with what's activating in your contract, what's coming next, the big thing that's coming next. It may be a little bit, let's see what's coming next and advice you need for what's coming next, right? Although I think we've kind of covered it. Ten of Swords. So beauty with the Ten of Swords though, rock bottom. Can't get any worse. Chapter closed, right? So this Ten of Swords, let it be the time. Rock bottom, break the cycle. Because if it's meant to be, I'm not even going to say that. Break the cycle. Break the cycle. Ten of Swords is coming, but you be in control of it this time. Don't focus on regeneration and, no, done. Knight of Swords in reverse, a missed opportunity. Someone that's hurtful, insincere, sarcastic, rude, misunderstandings preparing you. And it's coming in rapidly, right? But how many times have you walked through this fire? So why, if they're showing you this is how it's going to present, insincere, why would you even waste your breath? Why would you waste your breath? Because nothing you can say, and you know this lesson, Because when you're finally triggered, fire ant, it's hard for you to see through someone else's compromise with someone else, because you can't break through your truth. You embody that same quality. So why would you try and make someone understand your truth? It ain't gonna work, right? They're preparing you. So, Three of Swords in reverse, this is making, because I said with this Ten of Swords, right? Don't be focusing on reconciliation or making a comeback, or this Three of Swords, yes, it can be about reconciliation, but it's about healing and letting go of the past. That has not happened here. We have not healed and we have not let go of the past for this collective, which is showing me, even through all of the swords, the mental anguish, everything you're going to feel in this moment, the vampire energy, there's still going to be a seed of you that thinks you can make it work. I genuinely can't see how this person would even bring this up. This would be coming from collective, the thought, the what if, even though they're presenting this way. If they're coming in this way, this person ain't going to be saying, oh, I want to give it another go. Nah, no way. Let's get one more for that. King of Swords, cold, cutthroat, this is all swords. This is all swords. So one thing I do need to say, this needs to be moved with logic, not emotion. What's coming next? So I always say in love, you don't want to see the swords, right? They're cold, detached. He's calculating as well, right? So it ain't this person coming in trying to reconcile, right? They're calculating is their mask, their insincerity, hiding their emotion. I'm going to present cool, detached, and undaunted. This is how they're going to present. This is going to be your seed, even with this presentation of energy. All sorts, all sorts. You, as a collective, need logic with what comes next. Justice in reverse. Don't avoid the karmic lesson. So this is huge. This is huge because, again, this is about finally breaking this cycle. Justice in reverse, another swords, karmic avoidance, feeling shamed, blamed, victimized. This person could really come in like a pig, right? Trying to project and deflect as well. Like you've got two here about being hurtful. He's cold and detached. He's ruthless. So this person might come in and even try and pick and prod and antagonize here to get an emotional rise out of you. Oh, God. The ball's on it. Don't let it affect you into sadness. And if it isn't them coming in feeling, making you feel shamed and blamed, after this whole situation, you're going to get emotion of that. Feeling like this is unfair and rah. Don't karmically avoid this. You have got such a huge life lesson that cannot be repeated. Well, it can't not. I always say, free will can prolong our timeline. You've ascended enough through this. Let this be the time you choose you, right? But they're going to show you straight away what comes. This is not going to feel good. Remember that false alarm. Let this be the alarm bell. It's ringing, right? You're going to see. You're going to see with this person how they enter. It's not sincere. This is going to be things you're creating in your mind. If you think that this is sincere, it's the what if that comes over you. Because the universe is going to show you it's literally something repeated. It's literally something hurtful. It's something that's masked. It's going to bring up pain. It's going to bring up, but the what if we can make it. They're going to show you it's not healed. Okay? All swords, I have to confirm. It's not going to be easy. So again, watching this, you might find strength in the moment. This is where you really need to find the strength of choosing self. High Priestess. That's good. I think you will know in the moment what to do, so trust it. Write it down. Write it down. But withdraw. Mystery. I wouldn't say anything. I wouldn't say anything. You just sit pretty. Whatever gut flash you get in this, write down. So when the overthinking takes, oh, but what if I just do this? What if I just explain this? Maybe that turn back to your gut knowing that lasts 5 to 10 seconds. Remember, intuition doesn't fight with the mind. And trust in that. Trust your bridge between two worlds. Trust the divine. Pray if you need to pray. Oh, that's not good. Okay. I actually do think you need stubbornness here. You definitely can't be impulsive. Impulse is going to activate in you. I don't think you're going to be impulsive straight away. I actually feel this collective, you're going to find strength in the moment. It's after the fact. So maybe 2, 3, 4 days, you start getting really jittery and you're thinking, oh, but what if I, don't lead. Make sure you're seeing the red flags. Whatever you do, do not move with passion. Even if it's you just wanting, you think you need to say the words to close it, like whatever is coming over you impulsively and fixating and you can't get past it in your mind. First part's part of your lesson, the doubt less, trust more. You start to fixate, obsessively think. That is your higher self saying no. Do not move the magnetic pull, the temptation, the field of influence, desire. You're going to be tempted to do this. I actually think you need to be in control in your emotion and finally, for the first time, not be flexible when it comes to this. Don't be focusing on compromising with someone in this energy, right? I actually do think you need to have dominance. I don't normally like to see that in reverse, but I think this is what you need to control your emotion. I think you need to be a bit selfish and truly put yourself first, not with words though, just choosing you, right? Choosing you. Look at that. That you're not going nowhere. There's not one word you can say to change this. I promise you. That is so stuck mentally, right? Fixated themselves. Learn the lesson. You know what quick moving you need? Delete the message before you open it. Delete the message before you open it. It's not about going and blocking them. Don't give them the satisfaction of knowing that you care that much that you block them. Leave them. Leave them. Just don't even show them that there's any kind of emotion in you. Especially if they come in and antagonize you, right? If this person does something to get a reaction, remember, calculating. High Priestess. Truth! Learn from the past. 3 of Pentacles in reverse. Active listening. Don't even think about this. Is not something, you won't be able to find any compromise with this. No compromise with this. And there probably is third-party friction amongst this as well. I'm going to be honest. But learn from the past. Do not... You can't build with someone there's no compromise. You can't build with someone that is least wanting to listen and hear. You can't. It doesn't work. It's like 2 bulls at a gate, right? This is an off-limit situation. You will see straight away that this person, there is no positive change in their energy. All right, outcome. I hope we've got an awakening here. I hope we're breaking a cycle here. That 10 of Swords, if handled properly, you really could. That was 4 of Wands, and you've got 10 of Cups here. Not that this is going to turn into that straight away, but remember the 10 of Cups part in this. You're going to understand what this is and how to appreciate it. But this 2 of Pentacles, be careful. You're going to be back and forth. I don't think this is going to be hard for this collective. I do think it has the potential right gateway. But that's going to take time. And remember what I said, and I don't even think it's this. I'm going to, hold on, let me get a couple more. Okay. I do think you will get a realistic approach. I do think that you're going to learn boundaries through this. I actually feel it's going to create more ancestral discovery. I feel you're going to break free from the confusion. I want one more for that. I feel that should be in reverse. Non-committal. You're going to choose you. You're going to redirect the energy, find a new path, free thinker, free spirit. I just think you're going to reclaim your energy here, right? But I think you're going to have power in not wanting to commit. You're going to understand the power of this and what this really entails. I do think there's going to be a bit of back and forth, but let's just say hypothetical, because I did say if there's any chance with this, it's going to take a lot of time. Anything that makes you confused, stuck in an illusion, you aren't going to align to. You are going to be like, nah, get that away from me, right? This isn't just going to all of a sudden put you into a 10 of cups, but it's going to align the right gateway for a 10 of cups. But what it is going to align for you straight away is this. Understanding what you deserve. You're never going to be bound to someone that makes you feel this way again, because you finally learnt the lesson of what it does to your soul. Anyone that shows you this, non-committal, shut down, focusing on me, right? Free thinker. You're not going to be bamboozled. I just want one for this 10 of cups. But this, I do think you're going to... Queen of Swords! You've got... Truth! You have got the two realist queens here, the two that thrive in boundaries. But you're going to be, when it comes to love, very logical. But you're still going to have that beautiful, caring, nurturing soul within, but you're going to understand what aligns and what doesn't. You aren't going to be blinded by that no more, okay? But I do think it's going to take a little bit of back and forth. I think you will be trapped in your mind a little bit here, but I think you're going to balance it beautifully. One more. Oh my God, you've got, and the Wheel of Fortune, you've got the two power couple. You've got the double. It's definitely, whoever it is, it's opening the right gateway. Trustworthy, dependable, grounded, secure, strong sense of self, themselves, a nice realistic approach in life as well, but very caring, very, very trustworthy, which you need. And then you've got the thinkers. It could be a double suit that you end up being with, especially if you are a earth or a air, you know what I'm saying. Or it could be, but I think that's more what you're going to embody with what comes next. True alignment, pea in a pod, king to your queen, queen to your king, right? But that within a dynamic, beautiful, beautiful. That's what you need for someone that has what you have within. This needs to be nurtured. You need emotional intimacy. You need intellect. You need depth of conversation. But you need that security. You need that dependability. You need the reliability. You need someone that has a strong sense of self, because this behavior comes from someone with insecurities, right? But you yourself have insecurities. This is why you keep drawing this stuff in. When you start understanding the power of you, especially closing this cycle and standing into your strong sense of self, watch the different energy that comes into alignment with you, because you don't need these lessons anymore of this. So those lessons aren't going to keep coming because you've broken the cycle. You're not going to keep calling in, and let's be real, well but that little blue deck, the vampire, all of, like, who wants to keep calling in those lessons in life? Let's be real, right? It's going to take some time, but things are going to balance, and you're going to find your balanced pair that does create this. And by the time, you're not going to be wishing it away. You're going to know that you deserve this because you yourself are emotionally fulfilled. For you to have a 10 of Cups, that means you've gone through your Cups journey and you understand the power of 9 of Cups. Because you found your stillness, your emotional wholeness. You know who you're going to allow at your table now. You're going to be very selective, which truly, fairy tale ending, true wishes coming true. Wheel at the bottom, right? Trust the divine here. Devote. Surrender. I know that was a tough reading, but you got a big chapter. Choose the new, not the old. Oh my God, you got all 3 of my bells. You could have just bought witches' bells. Communication, love, bell, the pink, the blue, babies, but through all your perseverance. There's a gold bell in there that didn't come out. New moon energy. So the next full, like the moon cycle, is going to be very important for you. Lightning, balance, justice scales, Libra energy could be important. Your heart. This is about divine love, protection. Just saying. Baby pearl. So there could be a bubblesy pearl. Spirit baby. Love. Love yourself first. Remember that. The golden heart. And white candle wax. Okay. Important dates, memories. 141, 14th of the 12th, 1010, completion. 5th of the 4th, 4th of the 5th, 10th of the 12th, 12th of the 10th. 2 by itself, 1414, or 14th of the 10th, 14th of the 3rd, 14th of the 4th, 3rd of the 4th, 4th of the 3rd. Empress, Emperor energy. And then 6 by itself, or 26, or 2nd of the 6th, 6th of the 2nd. Oh, and then 2, duality, within. All right, lots of love. Have a good day.